Mud began to flow continuously from the corner of the man's eyes. He immediately felt that something terrifying was happening, but everything unfolded too quickly. Mud gushed from his mouth without stopping. In an instant, he transformed into a mud demon. Then, tens of thousands of fiery arrows rained down on him. After being burned by the intense heat, the mud covering the man's body hardened into a true warrior. Not only that, millions of soldiers outside the city experienced the same symptoms simultaneously. It turned out that he had been cursed by Ziyuan, a Chinese sorcerer. Ziyuan had once helped him discover the magic of immortality, but he had broken his promise. Right in front of Ziyuan, he killed his lover. Then he stabbed Ziyuan in the abdomen. He thought everything was under his control. However, the immortality spell had a condition. If the sorcerer was wounded, a terrifying curse would be triggered. Eventually, the man and his entire army transformed into terracotta warriors, but the curse would eventually be broken one day. 2,000 years later, a sudden explosion occurred at an archaeological site. The shockwave from the explosion caused the entrance to a tomb to open. After the archaeologists entered, they discovered rows of neatly arranged terracotta warriors. As everyone began to explore, they were lucky to find the statue of the emperor's terracotta warrior. Soon after, a general arrived at the statue of the emperor. He dropped a single drop of blood onto the immortality gem. Then 9 golden dragons wrapped around it came to life. After that, a flower instantly bloomed. That was the spring of immortality, the key to awakening the emperor. The general carried the sacred water and walked toward the emperor's coffin. At that moment, a mysterious figure fell from the sky. She spilled the sacred water onto the nearby terracotta warriors. A mysterious woman holding a dagger stabbed the figure in the coffin, thinking it was the emperor, but she quickly realized the body wasn't the emperor's. Suddenly, the nearby terracotta warrior cracked. A pair of muddy hands emerged with an explosion, and the real emperor appeared. The man immediately fired his weapon. To his surprise, the emperor could shoot fire. Then he began healing his wounds automatically. At that moment, his warhorse also rose. The dramatic scene unfolded as a chariot from the Qin dynasty raced down the modern streets of Shanghai.